Hi everyone, this is Tim Marcantonio. This is blog number 3, option 1, which will be discussing the 6 elements that drive change. These 6 elements are connectedness, vision, value, support, professional development, and embracement. Let's start with connectedness. Connectedness is especially important with educators because educators have a tendency to disappear into their classrooms. Keeping educators connected allows collaborative partnerships and exposes people to what is out there, thereby allowing people to make more informed decisions and giving more options. Next, I'd like to discuss is vision. Scheninger says that the seeds for change will only germinate if a coherent vision is established. Without the crucial why and how, any resulting plan will fail. The very first principal that I worked under clearly had no vision and was in charge of a place that basically ran itself. The last thing he wanted was for things to change. The stagnation was evident all around, and the student enrollment was steadily decreasing for years, due in large part to no clear vision or mission for the school. The school ended up closing last year. Value. Technology is a fundamental paradigm shift in education. It has the power to take over traditional methods entirely. Many don't know what that means or what the effect will be, since those of us who teach are not taught with the technology that we have now and generally have never been exposed to it. So many educators don't know the value of technology in education or understand its potential. Many older teachers have been doing things without technology for years and find no need to switch things up. Meanwhile, technology could not only make many of the things they do better, but also easier. The administrator of a private Christian school I worked for would always use a convoluted method of determining what books needed to be replaced each year. I sat down one afternoon and made a simple Excel spreadsheet that all the teachers in the school could use and would have made her life a lot easier. She refused to use it. This is a perfect example of where support is needed. I probably should have tried a little harder to encourage her, but I'll be honest, I was a little put off by her not even being interested in my efforts, and she had a tendency to not order things I requested for my classroom. It has been in my experience that she, like other older staff members, generally need more support than the younger staff because they have their ways and have probably been as successful without technology, and again, don't generally understand its value or potential. Professional development. This use of technology could have been brought up at one of our regular school meetings or an in-service professional development meeting. I was still relatively new and was trying not to step on anybody's toes, but I had proven myself consistently with the highest common core scores, and my principal was already having me lead professional development to improve everyone else's scores. Professional development is an important time for staff to improve their pedagogy and can also be dedicated time for staff to incorporate technology into their work. The last element that drives change is embracement. When teachers do not fully embrace a change, they will eventually revert to their old ways. The carrot and the stick will only last as long as they're there, and no leader wants to hold them over people forever. Back before I was a teacher, I held a position that allowed me to observe that a lot of times when a new manager takes over a retail store, they fire most, if not all, the old staff, just because it was easier than trying to reteach them how the new manager would be doing things. As a leader in technology, how could I apply this information? Well, connectedness. I would keep everyone connected to a PLN so they can be made aware of potential changes coming their way so the changes won't blindside them. I would also have an explicit vision of my intentions for the organization. This gets everyone on the same page and heading in the right direction. I would also work to help my people see the value of the organization's vision and the value of the changes that are being implemented, and not just assume they see it. I would also support staff through all phases of the changes and not just in the beginning, which is often the only time it's done. Professional development would also be a sustained effort, not just to implement the change, but also to maintain standards and to improve upon them. It's sometimes difficult to get people to embrace change, but educators are a highly motivated bunch that adjust well to change. In the rare occasion there is a resistance to some change, meeting that those people halfway on a more personal level will go a long way in helping them embrace the change. What role, if any, does data play in driving change? Data is important because it allows the leader to see how the change is doing, if it's on track to ending up with the expected results, or even if the end product will be right for the organization. So data needs to be collected and analyzed throughout all changes. It's pretty cool to think about how Christ used the 6 elements to affect change. He showed he was connected to this world, and that, in fact, the direct connection from God to the people of this world. Christ had a vision, a new vision, bringing the greatest change the world would ever know, allowing us to have forgiveness of sins and life eternal. He also showed us that we are of value and loved by Him. He made disciples that He used to make a support system and a means of professional development through His example, His word, and discipleship. And He helps us to achieve embracement of Him by embracing us with not only His presence on this earth, but also His sacrifice for us. Hope you enjoyed this post, and I wish you luck in the upcoming weeks. Thanks.